Welcome to Sex Positive Gaming. I'm Annie, and today we're going to talk about the VenusBlood series and the 2020 release VenusBlood Frontier, available for PC on Steam. This originally started as a review for VenusBlood Hollow, but I found myself needing to talk about VenusBlood Frontier in the review, so it made sense to break this up into a two-part video and talk about Frontier first. The original VenusBlood game was released in Japan in 2007. Both VenusBlood and its sequel, VenusBlood Chimera, were raising simulation-style trainers with a focus on the corruption flavor and tentacles. I guess it's fair that Ultros gets to have a series where they are the main character. The next three releases, Desire, Empire, and Abyss, added turn-based RPG mechanics and a strategic overland map with visual novel-style interactions in between battles. While the series has been popular in Japan, there was never an official attempt to localize the content for Western markets. That was until late 2018 when developer Ninetales successfully launched a Kickstarter to translate the 2012 Japanese release of VenusBlood Frontier into English. The game is broken up into two main modes: a strategic map where you use your units to capture and defend territory, and a visual novel-style story progression in between battles. There are multiple endings that fall under two main paths of Law and Chaos. Think of Law as the harem building path, and Chaos as more of a corruption and transformation focused one. Graphically, this is an anime-style game with chibi sprites representing all of the characters in battles. The sexual interactions are made up of mostly static images and Japanese voicing, with English text. The soundtrack is great, and I love the animated intro sequence. Unfortunately, there are no animated sexual interactions. Flavor-wise, this is a mostly heterosexual harem experience, with a ton of flavors dependent on which paths you follow. Chaos definitely has way more flavors to experience, with a focus on corruption and transformation. The scenes you will unlock are also dependent on which countries you invade, as well as which goddesses you capture or recruit first. If you unlock everything in the game, expect to see just about every flavor you can imagine. You will need the DLC patch from Just USA to restore all the original content in the Steam All Ages version. There are multiple levels of difficulty, including a mode that lets you automatically win all battles so that anyone can fully experience the complete story. If you play on the standard or higher difficulty, expect the game to take up to 50 hours to finish. I really enjoyed VenusBlood Frontier. The various romantic and corruption progressions were some of the best I've seen in the industry, and I highly recommend it to anyone who likes the harem or corruption flavors. The combat was fun, once I understood it, but I could have probably used a better tutorial, as there were a lot of aspects and gameplay mechanics that were new to me or unusual for a standard turn-based strategy RPG. If I had played the previous titles, that would have probably been less of an issue, but this was the first official release outside of Japan. In part 2 of this review, we're going to look at the recent VenusBlood Hollow release and the similarities and differences between the two games. I'll also talk about which one I enjoyed more and why. Let me know how you feel about the VenusBlood series. Are you surprised that Steam allowed these types of flavors on the platform? Given what they don't allow, it does feel pretty inconsistent to me. And was anyone else disappointed that this Loki doesn't get pregnant from a horse? Let me know what you think. But remember, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's supporters on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you.